Italy isn't just a country. It's a mood, a feeling, a little bit of magic around every corner. From glowing coastlines to storybook towns, let's count down 12 incredible places that will have you planning your next trip before we even finish. Number 12, Milan. Milan is Italy's style capital, but it's so much more than fashion shows and designer stores. The city hums with energy, busy streets lined with cafes, grand architecture, and pockets of art tucked into unexpected corners. You might start your day in a sunny square with a coffee, wander through galleries or modern shopping arcades in the afternoon, and end the day by the canals where locals meet for drinks as the lights reflect on the water. Milan is a city that embraces both the old and the new. One moment you're admiring a centuries-old cathedral. The next you're stepping into a sleek rooftop bar with views across the skyline. It's confident, creative, and always moving forward, yet somehow still makes space for those slow, memorable moments that stay with you long after you've left. Number 11, Matera. Matera is one of those places that makes you stop in your tracks. Entire neighborhoods are carved into the rock, with ancient homes, small churches, and winding pathways creating a maze that feels like it belongs in another time. Walking here is like exploring a living history book, only with cafes, small hotels, and art studios tucked inside the old stone walls. During the day, the pale rock glows under the sun. At night, hundreds of warm lights turn the whole hillside into something magical. There's a calm here that makes you slow down without even trying. You can wander for hours finding hidden viewpoints, stopping for a glass of local wine, and imagining the countless lives that have passed through these streets. Matera is proof that the most unforgettable places aren't always polished. Sometimes they're weathered, grounded, and full of stories you can feel. Number 10, Lake Como. Lake Como feels like it's been designed for slow, beautiful days. The water is a deep blue, framed by mountains that seem to rise straight from the shore. Along the lake, small towns welcome you with flower-filled streets, quiet gardens, and cafes where you can sit for hours without feeling rushed. You might take a ferry from one village to another, exploring each one's unique charm, or spend the afternoon strolling along the waterfront, watching boats glide past. Some spots are grand and luxurious. Others feel like hidden gems only locals know. Evenings are for dining outside as the sky turns pink, with the mountains reflecting in the water. Lake Como isn't about ticking off sights. It's about soaking in an atmosphere that's both peaceful and endlessly beautiful. Once you've been, it's easy to understand why so many people fall in love with it. Number 9, Verona. Verona is a city built for wandering. Its streets wind between colorful buildings, lively markets, and open squares where life happens at its own pace. There's history everywhere, from ancient ruins to graceful stone bridges, but it's never overwhelming or stiff. Instead, Verona feels warm and inviting, a place where you can blend into the rhythm of daily life. You might spend the morning exploring bustling streets, find a shady bench to relax in the afternoon, then enjoy an open-air show or music in the evening. Markets spill out with fresh produce and flowers, cafes are always buzzing, and the river adds a peaceful backdrop to it all. Verona doesn't shout for attention, yet it leaves a lasting impression. It's romantic in the truest sense, not just because of its famous stories, but because it makes you feel like you could stay here and be happy for a long time. Number 8, Sardinia. Sardinia is an island that feels like several destinations in one. Along the coast, you'll find beaches with white sand and water so clear you can see every ripple on the seafloor. Some stretches are glamorous, lined with yachts and chic resorts, while others are wild and untouched, where you might have the whole cove to yourself. Inland, the landscape shifts to rugged mountains and rolling hills, dotted with villages that seem frozen in time. The food is just as memorable. Handmade pasta, slow-cooked meats, and rich cheeses you'll want to take home. Sardinia invites you to mix adventure with pure relaxation. One day you're hiking a clifftop trail, the next you're stretched out in the sun with nothing on your mind except your next swim. It's the kind of place that's easy to imagine coming back to again and again, always finding something new to love. Number 7. Florence. Florence is a city that makes you want to look up at the rooftops, the domes, and the soft glow of the buildings in the afternoon light. The streets are full of character, from little artisan workshops to charming cafes where you can sip coffee and watch the world go by. History is part of the backdrop here, but it doesn't feel out of reach. You can explore a grand gallery in the morning, then wander quiet lanes and riverside paths in the afternoon. Evenings are perfect for finding a spot with a view over the city, maybe from a hilltop park, and watching as the lights flicker on. Florence is inspiring, but not in a way that demands your attention. Instead, it draws you in gently, letting you find your own rhythm among its timeless streets. Number 6. Capri. Capri feels like a postcard that's come to life. The cliffs drop into sparkling blue water, the air smells faintly of citrus, and flowers seem to grow wherever they can. You can spend the day exploring by boat, wandering along scenic paths, or relaxing in a sunny piazza with a drink. Some corners of the island feel lively and glamorous. Others are peaceful and quiet, perfect for just sitting back and taking in the view. The water here seems to have its own glow, especially in the evening when the sun turns everything golden. Capri is one of those rare places that manages to be both exciting and soothing at the same time. Whether you fill your days with activities or simply let the hours drift by, it's the kind of place you'll think about long after you leave. Number 5. Tuscany. Tuscany is pure countryside charm. Rolling hills fade into the distance, lined with vineyards, olive groves, and little towns perched on hilltops. It's the kind of place where you slow down without even trying. Mornings might be spent exploring a historic town square, afternoons tasting wine at a family-run vineyard, and evenings watching the sun melt into golden light over the fields. The food here is rustic and full of flavor. Fresh pasta, hearty soups, and breads straight from the oven. Driving through Tuscany is a joy in itself, with every turn revealing another postcard view. It's not about rushing from one attraction to the next, but about enjoying the simple pleasures. Good food, beautiful scenery, and moments that make you forget what day it is. Tuscany isn't just somewhere you visit, it's somewhere you settle into, even if it's only for a little while. Number 4. Taormina. Taormina feels like a stage set, with the sea as its backdrop and mountains in the distance. Perched high on the coast of Sicily, it offers views you'll remember long after you've gone. The streets are lively and colorful, filled with cafes, little shops, and bursts of flowers at every corner. There's history here too, but it's not tucked away. It's part of the town's everyday life. Down below, a small beach and a nature reserve sit just a short ride away, perfect for a lazy afternoon by the water. The pace is relaxed, but the scenery is dramatic, giving you the best of both worlds. Taormina is the kind of place where you wander slowly, find your favorite spot for a drink, and let the day pass without checking the time. Number 3. Venice. Venice feels like a dream made of water and stone. The canals twist and turn, revealing something new at every corner. A quiet square, a tiny cafe, a bridge with a view that stops you mid-step. Life here moves differently. Boats replace piers and narrow alleyways lead to hidden treasures. You can spend the morning floating down the main waterway, then get lost in the back streets where it's just you and the soft echo of footsteps. There's a peaceful side to Venice that appears when you wander away from the busiest spots. Early in the morning, or as the sun sets and the day's bustle fades. It's a city that asks you to slow down, to explore without a plan, and to enjoy the little moments you might have missed if you were rushing. Number 2. Amalfi Coast. The Amalfi Coast is the definition of coastal drama. Sheer cliffs, sparkling water, and villages that look like they've been painted onto the hillsides. Each town has its own charm, from the lively streets filled with shops and cafes to quiet terraces with endless sea views. You can explore by boat, wander through colorful alleys, or just sit somewhere high above the water and watch the waves roll in. The food here is fresh and full of flavor. Seafood, pasta, and anything with lemons grown right on the hillsides. Days tend to flow easily with no real rush to get anywhere. The combination of beauty, warmth, and that easy-going pace makes the Amalfi Coast a place you'll want to return to just to feel it all again. Number 1. Cinque Terre. Cinque Terre is 5 small villages, each one colorful, charming, and perched along a stretch of coastline that feels untouched by time. You can hike between them for incredible views, hop on the train for a quick ride, or simply pick one and settle in for the day. Life here is unhurried. Fishing boats rock gently in the harbor, locals gather in sunny squares, and the sea seems to set the rhythm. Every village has its own character, but they all share the same stunning backdrop of cliffs, vineyards, and endless blue water. Sunsets are a highlight, with the sky turning the buildings into shades of gold and pink. It is simple in the best way. The kind of place where you don't need much more than good food, good views, and time to enjoy both. Italy has a way of making you feel at home even if it's your first visit. Whether it's a busy city or a quiet coastal village, each place offers its own kind of magic. Which one will you choose first?